Hi, I'm Kevin, and this is a Kevin's Shop video. I have my drill press back in the corner here, and when I use it, I kind of drag it out across the floor and then shove it back. And I'm thinking of building a mobile tool base for it so that I can easily move it in and out without having to drag it on the floor. This is what I'm going to use for part of my mobile tool base. This is actually made to be a mobile tool base, but for some reason they only had one. If they had had four, it would have made this project a lot easier, but I'm going to go ahead and use this one caster that can be used to raise it up and move it around. And then I also found, this is a couple pieces of angle iron that used to be a bed frame that I scavenged. Anyway, I've got these two pieces, these put together for my project. I've disassembled this caster assembly, and then I went ahead and cut this bracket off of this piece here so that I can use it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a frame out of this bed frame for a base for my drill press. And then I went ahead and cleaned up these parts that came out of this assembly. So what I'm going to do is cut these to length so I can create a frame, and I'll go from there. I've got the pieces cut now for my base, for my drill press mobile base, and now I'll go ahead and I'm going to put these together and weld up a frame. I've welded up the frame for my mobile drill press base, and I'm going to use these wheels for the back of it. And what I did is I just bought a couple casters and took these wheels off of them. And I'm going to use these in the back of it. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to weld this piece of shaft on here so that I can attach my wheels. So I'll go ahead and do that. So I've welded some bushings on here that are threaded on each of the two front corners. And these are threaded for a 3/8 bolt. And that way I can raise and lower these for an uneven surface. And then I went ahead and welded on this caster that can be raised and lowered. So the next step is to get a piece of plywood. I'm going to use 3/4 inch plywood, and I'm going to cut that out to fit in here. So I've cut out a piece of plywood for my base here, and I've drilled it for the mounting holes. And then I also routed out for these axle shafts that are in the back of this frame for these rear wheels. And I'm going to use these nut plates on the underside of this platform so that when I run my bolts down from my drill press, I can just run into these nuts, and I don't have to mess around with trying to reach underneath and secure the nuts while I tighten them up. I've installed my piece of plywood, and I used elevator bolts which have a large head which really secures the plywood to the frame. And then I also have the nut plates installed on the bottom here, so I don't have to mess with tightening these up when I put my drill press on there. But I'm ready to mount it, my drill press onto this mobile base. My drill press mounted to my mobile base, and I've got it back in the corner. This is where I usually store it. And the reason that I made a base for it is so often I pull it out when I use it. So I'll show you that in action.